friends, welcome to Happy Landscapes. I'm your host Chris, and I'm so very glad you have decided to join me today. Today we're going to do a happy little landscape, but with a focus on turkeys. As you can see, I've done something a little bit different today. You can probably see this right here. This is some contact paper that I cut out, silhouetted, and underneath I've already painted the turkeys in acrylic paint because I find doing detail work is just a lot easier with acrylics because it dries so much faster. And you can always do an underpainting with acrylic and then paint over it with oils. So I did the turkeys in acrylic and then I covered them with contact paper so they don't get messed up when I do the background and all that stuff in oils today. And when we're done, we'll peel that contact paper off and we should have some nice pretty turkeys there. The other thing that I've done is, you can see some of these lines and smudges. I went ahead and sketched in the background that I'm looking for with pencil because I'm doing this painting for my brother, and those turkeys took me a long time to do, and I don't want to mess up on the background just because I'm winging it. So I put a little bit of thought into what I wanted it to look like beforehand, and hopefully it should turn out really nice today. I've gone ahead and covered most of it with a very thin, even coat of liquid white. And here's our palette today. We're going to use phthalo blue, alizarin crimson, yellow medium, bright red, burnt umber, ivory black, and of course titanium white. And we're going to focus today on depth and distance. All of the paintings I've done that I've really liked, when I'm finished, that I look at them, that I think, wow, that's a really good job. They all have one thing in common, and that's the illusion of depth and distance. So that's what I'm really going to go for today, and hopefully you can see how I achieve that if I do. I guess we'll find out. I'm going to start with a 1-inch brush and some phthalo blue. This is going to be a fall scene, a nice autumn scene. And I'm going to put some blue up here in the sky. Nice bright blue. And we'll mix that in. And then I might go back in here and brighten some of this up, because this is going to be my light source over in this corner. Today, we're just very, 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 very little bit of phthalo blue. Don't want that sky super, super blue. And we're definitely going to blend it out as we come on down. Over here, I'm going to have a big tree over here, so I'm not going to worry too much about this side and what it looks like. Blend that down a little bit. And these pencil lines should get covered up as I work. If they don't, then we'll figure it out together. Or I'll figure it out while you're watching. Okay. So just the barest hint of some blue in that sky, and I'm going to bring it on down here. Blend, blend, blend. I'm not using the 2-inch brush. As you can see, this is a little bit differently sized canvas. This is not the normal 16 by 20 that I would use. It's a very long canvas, and somebody gave it to me for Christmas a few years ago, and I just now decided to get around to using it. I think I might go into a little bit of titanium white and sort of brighten this up here. Have this be the brightest spot on my painting. maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about blue, but I think we're going to do blue for the sky. I thought about using some yellow since it is going to be an autumn scene, but I really want some bright reds and oranges back here in the hills, and I think that the blue will offset that nicely. And then look half bad. Put some more in there. I don't know if I've shown you guys my trash can, but I've just got a trash can that I picked up at the dollar store. And, okay. Now we're going to turn to our hills there in the distance, and for that I'm going to use the old fan brush. Right. This fan brush. But first I need to mix up some color, and we're going to mix up some dark color, a little bit of phthalo blue, a bit of alizarin crimson, too gross and ugly. So now I'm going to get some white, because my first range of mountains back there I want to be a lot lighter. That's the color that I'm going to use. Maybe darken it up just a touch. And then we'll go to our fan brush and get some of that color on the fan brush. Get some of the color on the fan brush. And we're going to go ahead and put in our line of mountains here. And I'm just kind of following that sketch line, covering it up. Lost it up here. Blended it out. That's the one thing about the pencil that I was using. It's not really made for this, and so when I put that liquid white on it, whew, it really smudged it out. So I'm taking a little bit more time here than I normally would, because I already have an idea of what I want this ridge line to look like. But we won't end up seeing that. We're going to grab that, pull that down, really make it misty down here at the bottom. Because those are way back there in the distance. Okay. I'm now going to grab my 2-inch angle brush here, and we're gonna really blend this out here. Get some of those kind of crunchy. Get some of those strokes out and really blend. And then tap. Make it nice and misty there. All the way across. Go touch some of that up a little bit. Because I can still see some pencil lines there, and I don't want to see any of those. So I'm going to go back over here. Go back over that. that a nice clean line. Now, probably doesn't matter in the long run. And some of this is awfully gray with pencil smudge, so I'm going to go back in there and put some more color in there. Oops, got a hair. Got a hair. Got a hair. My guess is once I'm done going over it with highlights, with some of those oranges and stuff, it's probably not going to make that big of a difference, but just never know. Okay, so there's that line. Hills back there. Now I'm going to go into my darker color and do my next row, my next line. Make that a lot darker. And it doesn't matter if I paint over this contact paper, because I'm just going to peel it off anyway. Just want to trace that up there like that. I'm going to bring these on down. Here I want to think about the flow of these hills, what direction these hills are moving in. It's time to soften those up. In here, grab some of that, bring it down. Really just blend it that way. Maybe it just comes straight down there. Clean that brush off a little bit. And tap. Just with the corner. I like this angle brush because it does this little number really well. Lift up. Make that nice and so those bristles off. Nice and misty back there. Okay. Okie dokie. Now, what's next? Next order of business is there's going to be a field running back here. And so I'm going to have a straight line right across through here. So I'm going to go back through that dark color and I'll come back in and add highlights to it later. But it's really dark color. I'm just going to put in my it doesn't have to be straight because it's not water or anything, but put in some nice dark color just for that. field. And I think I'm going to put a little barn back here. I had a barn, I had one sketched in, but I've covered it over, so we'll see. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Okay. Now, let's bring some of this down, fuzzy that out a little bit. I don't really know what I'm doing here. I'm just sort of playing with this dark color before I go back and put in some highlights in the background there. All right, and now I'm going to get one with some highlights. And when I say highlights, I'm going to start with some darker colors. I'm going to start with some alizarin crimson. I'm just going to tap some alizarin crimson there. And we could go back in here and sort of tap, tap, tap. Get the illusion of some trees back up there, some of these hills. I like this crimson color. It's very important when you're doing this to tap, not slide the brush like I did earlier, because I want the distinct dots of trees, treetops back there. Now this can take quite a while. Now I'm only focusing on this ridge on the very tops of the ridge line, since they are so misty down in the valleys there. So in my head, where this is happening, or where this takes place, is over in West Virginia. The south branch of the Potomac River runs through some family farm over there. And there's a river back there, back in between two mountain ridges, called the Trough. And that's where I'm imagining that this is being seen, is on some of that farmland in front of the Trough. Step back. It's very important that you always take a step back and look at your work from a distance. Okay, I'm going to do some orange now. I'm going to get some bright red, some yellow medium mixed together. Create a nice little orange. Bright red is super duper bright. My yellow has gotten kind of stiff on me here. It's not very thin like it's supposed to be. Okay, and we're going to go back in with some of this orange. Right over top of it. Got some blue on there that I don't want. I might need to thin that out a little bit. I'm going to get just a drop of paint thinner, mix in with that. is not coming off of my brush. Oof. And if you don't like the fan brush for this, you can always use a different brush. Sometimes I've used like a very pointed little, I don't know, just a little round brush or something real fine tip to go in and dot, but that can take forever. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about that. It might be too misty coming up in there. I might need to go back in there with a little bit of color and fill it in. Some of this. Get some of that there. Even though I have put these hills in here, I can always go back in here and just sort of scrub. Scrub over the bottoms of those. Blend that nail in. Yeah, why not? Let's go back in here, cover up some of that I did there. Bring some of these colors on down in here. Tap. Why not? Put some yellow. You know what, I'm just gonna do this. Do a lot more tapping in here. Make this look really fuzzy. And orange back in here. And then just a fan brush. Sort of tap that at the bottom. Make it a little bit mistier. And then I'll go back over that second row of ridges there. Yeah, look at that. That's much nicer. Make that nice nice and fuzzy, misty. All the way down there, that's what I'm going to do. I like that better. I like that better. Tap, tap, tap. I could do this with a bigger brush. Make it nice and fuzzy if I want to. And a little fan brush work just fine. Just fine. Okay. I'm going to go back into my dark color and hit that line again. Hit this line again. Make that a lot more distinct. There we go. There we go. And we're basically going to do the same thing with okay. Blend this a little bit. So we're much worried about that side. Tap, 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 tap. Ooh. A little bit. Not sure why I did that dark line there, because I definitely want that separated with a little misty area. So I'm going to end up putting some trees and stuff back up in there. But, you know, whatever. Okay, let's highlight that. Okay, I'm going to go back to my crimson. I love these autumn paintings, these autumn colors. I hope my brother will enjoy it as well, because he asked for a turkey painting. I tried one earlier and I really didn't like the way it turned out. So I'm doing a different one here. I did the same thing for a Skyline Drive painting. If you haven't seen that, I do have that video up. I don't know why I'm focusing on that. There's not going to be anything there except a big old tree. Okay. red. Some brighter red there. Some yellow, orange. Thin that out a little bit more. Man, that red. Look how much yellow I've been putting into that red. That red is just so bright, powerful. Really eats up everything there. To make a little space on my, gosh, I start talking and then I lose my train of thought, and then I pick it back up, and I apologize for that. I'm gonna have to make a little bit more space on my palette here for some yellow, just some plain old yellow. Which is probably going to end up turning into orange once I start touching. So this is probably going to get covered up by that big old tree, but there might be something that you can see. All right, I need to get some more sparkles in there, something brighter. I'm going to mix in a little bit of white with my yellow. Some of my light sources over here. Make this really kind of stand out with some bright yellow. Maybe this side too. In here, that light is shining on that. I don't need help there. All right, take a step back. Take a looky-loo. Yeah, that don't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad. Okay, I think it's time for some trees in the background. So for that, I'm going to go back to my dark lavender color here that I've been using. And we're going to put some trees, closer trees, back in here. Okay, so we got some line of trees back in here. You could use any kind of brush for this that you want. You could maybe use the 1-inch brush, or 2-inch brush, or an oval brush. But I just really like the way trees look when you're doing them with a fan brush like this. Nah, that's loud up there. They're moving chairs around up there. A lot of this is really going to get covered up, but I'm going to go ahead and sort of darken this in real good with trees. Cover most of it up anyway. Okay, back to my highlight brush. I get some of that orange, or make some more orange with some yellow and red. Go ahead and put some highlights on these trees here. And sort of change it up a little bit. Don't want it all the same color. Orange, yellow, bright red. This one's real bright red on the top there. I don't know, whatever. It's almost like you're doing bushes away in the background. Sorry, I gotta move over here. Can't see what I'm doing. I'm gonna block the screen a little bit. Hinky dookie. Hinky dookie, artichoke. What's next? What's next? Bear with me while I figure out what's next, because I'm not real sure. And get some yellow ochre and some Indian yellow on a paper plate. And I'm going to get a 2-inch brush, and I'm going to start putting in a field over there. So I've got my plate, and sorry, I keep putting this down. And I'm going to get a good bit of paint on there. Might need to thin that out a little bit. It's pretty stiff. We'll see. I really want to get a lot of paint on those bristles. We're going to turn this into a field back there in the distance. So notice how I hold my brush when I'm doing this. That's so I can get a nice flat line, because I don't want, like, I could go in like this, and I don't know, that just doesn't seem to work quite so well. It makes it weird looking. So flip your grip over, just sort of tap it like that, just the edge. Makes for better grass back there in the distance. And it's going to be real soft back there because it's still pretty far away. But I don't want to get up there into my trees a little bit. Don't want to cover up all of my dark. And go into some of that Indian yellow. Go over here and do this. Put some the color in there. Now, there's going to be a barn back there somewhere. Where's my barn going to be? Maybe my barn's going to be here. So let's work on my barn. Whew! Let's try this. I'm going to use my palette knife for this. And I'm going to try and scrape out a little. Barns are not my strong suit if I haven't sketched them in, and I did sketch one in here earlier, but it's going to be way out there in the distance. The thing with barns is if you don't get the perspective just exactly right, man, it really be difficult to do. All right, I'm going to get some black and some brown. Mix those together here, black and brown. Oh, the burnt umber. That's what I use, burnt umber instead of brown. Ugh, that's all thick. That's old. Okay, so some black and brown mixed up there. I'm using the very small tip of my palette knife here. And okay. Kind of blocking this in at the moment. Get some shape to it. This is gonna someone comes all the way over here. I don't know. Now that's just a basic shape. Very basic shape. Now I'm going to go in and get some white. Some brown. start whitening that brown up. Get that. There, that's pretty good. I'm going to go in here and put some I guess. I don't know. Maybe that's what a barn looks like. Shoot. Some of that dark. Get some white here because that roof would be kind of sparkling in the sunshine. So let's put a little highlight on that. Nice highlight over here. I don't know. Some dark lines in there, maybe. They look like boards. I don't know. All right, I gotta have my corners of my building defined here, so let's make that a. Probably spend way more time on this barn than I need to. There's a corner. There's a corner. There's gonna be a corner, I guess. There we go. I got no idea how that actually looks. Let's take a little bit of black and put in a little barn door here. I got so many different shades of color here. Really kind of hard to tell what's what. Some roofy shingles there, maybe. something or other in there. I don't know. Maybe it's not a barn. Maybe it's an old ramshackle shed sitting back there. Whatever. Good enough for the time being, I reckon. And our yellows, we're going to put some grass back up on there. Hear my kids up there, maybe. Yeah, that's going to be an old ramshackle shed that's fallen down in the background. Oh, look at that. That's nice. That's pretty. I think we're going to go get some regular yellow nails. Yellow medium. Mix in with that. Maybe put some nice bright spots right in here. Bright yellow. Just kind of change it up a little bit. Vary that color. Hey, maybe a little bit of white too. Maybe we'll get some white with some of that yellow. Make it nice and bright. Look at that, look at that. Oh, that's pretty. That's nice. Okay. Now we got to go back to some dark. And we got to fill in our hills here. So I'm not going to use that dark lavender for this. I think we're going to get rid of that and move that off to the side. Okay, back to mixing. We're going to raw umber, black. There's some of that lavender color mixed in there. This is really just going to be for the darks. So I'm going to clean 2-inch brush. Go into that dark color. We're going to go in here. We're going to start putting in some grass. Covering up that old turkey there. Nice and dark. I'm going to hit it with some highlights and a few other things that I've got in mind there. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Put in this dark here. This hill comes down right over here. Okay. I think before I do any more of that, I'm going to put in my yellows. My yellow grass is there on this hill. So back to my yellows. This one I am holding a little bit differently, holding it back the other way. And the other thing I'm going to do is kind of pull up, because this is closer. Put this in here, put all this grass in here. I'm just going to finally pull up on it. I might go back through with a fan brush and do some more of that later. Need some yellow medium. It's getting too dull. I'm gonna mix that up with some yellows there. Nice almond grass in there. Okay, now back to the dark. Get this hill locked in. Cover this up as much as I can, as fast as I can here. Okay, now we got that. Now we got to put in a tree. A big old tree. Coming in up here, we got a big old tree here. There's a big tree. Tree right here. And when I say big, I mean it's bigger than that. We're gonna have a lot of tree here. Okay, now here's my issue. That tree is not being set off enough. I'm gonna have to do something a little bit different. I want more depth. So I'm going to take my 1-inch brush and go in that dark, and I'm going to start putting in some more dark back here, because this tree should not just be the only thing there. This all should be like this. My goal is for this to be like the edge of the woods these turkeys are coming out of. So I want more dark. Cover a lot of this here. Make that dark way on up in there. Sides. Put some bushes in over here. So. Might see a little bit of something there, but there we go. All right. Now I'm going to take a little bit of crimson. A little bit of crimson into that brown, and I'm going to put just a little bit of dark highlights in the background there behind the tree, just to make that color a little bit different. Then I'm going to go do my big old tree trunk again. Okay. I'm going to go back over the tree trunk here. You barely even see that, which is fine, because I'm not looking to have that trunk pop super a lot. Now, here's my next step. Now I'm going to highlight. I'm going to put some highlights on that trunk. Got some brown, some white on my knife, and I'm just going to kind of touch and pull very gently. I can't see that from where I am. There's too much glare on it. I'm going to have to move over here. I'm going to block everything for just a few minutes, because I need to move over here so I can see. I'm guessing you can't see me. Okay, so we'll go over to this other camera here. Just put in some highlights here on this side of this tree, where that light is. These highlights are really going to dictate how much of that tree we see. Okay, that looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. I think I'm going to add some more branches coming out of there, because I like me some trees. So I'm going to get my liner brush, some thinner, go into that nice dark color, thin that down. I'm going to make some more branches. Maybe there's one coming off here. Go overboard with branches, but kind of like that one. And then I'm going to put some more highlight on it, because we're not going to be able to see that dark of that branch anyway. The highlights are really telling us where those branches are. Look at that. That's a big old tree there. there's a root that comes out here. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, we're gonna play around with that more. I gotta put some highlights on these bushes. I gotta put the rest of the grass in there. Let's grab some of these yellows. Let's grab some yellows here. Put some. Okay, got some yellows down there. Let's grab some red and orange. Brighten that up here. Maybe a little bit of white right on the end there. Might need to put some liquid white in with that. Bright red. I'm going to get some more red up in here. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's so pretty. John, I hope you like this. This is for you, brother. Now I'm going to be sad to give this away. Because I'm going to like it so much. We got red and yellow leaves on the ground over here. We're going to bring some of this. We're just going to bring this on over. Bring this orange and yellow over. Okay. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I'm going to go back to the big brush and my yellows. And we got to put in our grass here. Get some grass. Get some grass. Okay. All right, we need some more bright colors here because we got the light in, so. And it is going to live over here. It's just really more of a scrubby little thing over here. It's going to cover up. I'm not sure what kind of a tree this is, but it's going to have some nice little autumny leaves on it. Right here. Little bush. Little bush with leaves. Something. Because I want to cover that big bright spot there that I don't want showing. Some will cover it up. About like that. Yeah, why not? Okay. Want some plain old yellow. Bright yellow. Just gently lift that up. Okay, let's do the big test here and peel off this contact paper. Let's see what I got. Let's start down here. Grab that. Put that in there. There's a turkey. One. Get this other one over here. There's number two. bright, bright, bright there. Because got too much there. Wait, there. Yeah, nice tall grass here. Here's some tall grass. It's a real tall grass here in front. So we're going to bury that all that. So the turkey's down there, good. And get in some light here. Set up some of those spots. We can make this turkey. Found a bunch of hatch in there. Okay, that's good. Now we can see some other things in there. I want a couple of rocks over here. Maybe there's an old log laying down there. Mix up some more dark black and some brown. There's an old log laying in here. My goodness. Put an old log out here. Stumpy log. Branch broken over maybe. Just got limb hanging out there a little bit. I don't know. This is the fun part of this kind of painting as far as I'm concerned. Putting in stuff that maybe you hadn't seen before, or maybe you hadn't thought about putting in. We'll go through and highlight that because we've got some whatever you want to have, and then we'll grab our paintbrush and we'll put that in the background. Push that back a little bit. Put some grassies up around it. Maybe we'll go back into some orange here. Oranges, yellows. Maybe we got some more leaves falling out down here, hanging out around down here. Maybe there's a couple gathered around that log. something like that. Then I think maybe on here or here on this side. There's going to be a rock. Maybe there's a rock here. I don't know. There's a big old field rock hanging out on this side. Yeah. So maybe it comes on down here. Who knows? A couple of rocks. There's another big one right here. Like so. Highlights on that rock there. Ooh, it's a little bright. Highlights on that rock there. Highlights on that rock there. And then we will put a little bit of grass in front of them. Push them back into the background. Like that. And I think, all right, that does it, folks. That's our happy little turkey landscape. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed painting it. That was fun. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to follow, subscribe, like this video, and share it with everybody else. See you next time, everybody.